Hey there, boys and girls. This is Gary Dean, DetailJuice.com. I want to show you something today that I built for my own shop and that I used in my mobile rig for a couple of years. I'm not a huge fan of the waterless only wash. I'm a huge fan of, obviously, the Gary Dean wash method, which was something that I put together from a bunch of things we already knew about washing cars and everything else. I just compiled them in a way that was unique and very efficient and effective. So that's where the Gary Dean wash method came from. So I would Google that if I were you. But if you're in a place or an area in the country or in the world that has strict water conservation laws and you're only allowed to do waterless washes, it's an effective way to not only get a car clean, but also do it efficiently, saving time and water. So what I built was a low pressure system. I did extensive searching on the internet prior to building my own, and I found that all these low pressure systems go from $400 up to $1,500, $1,600, $2,000, just ridiculous to me. Not only was I able to find parts locally and build a very cost-effective system, but one that works equally as good, if not better, than anything that I could find on the market. And through trial and error, I have changed things around. Now again, most of you will say, oh, well, you didn't invent this. No shit. Really? I know that I didn't invent the low pressure system. I've just told you that I didn't. But what I want you to know is that I was able to find local parts, local parts at first, and then I went on to find cheaper parts, change things out, and make things work better and more efficiently, which is the name of what I do. DetailJuice.com, Gary Dean's Premium Custom Detailing. I'm all about working efficiently and working with less elbow grease, giving you the same results that you would spending all day long on a vehicle to get. So I built this low pressure system. I've changed a few things here and there, but it's pretty much good to go. And if you are in a position where you need a low pressure system in your vehicle or even at your shop to spray out a waterless wash, or you could use a degreaser for interior and carpets. I mean, you could use this low pressure system for lots of different things, and I'm going to show you what parts you need to buy it yourself and how to spray it. So this is what I've found to be one of the better systems on the market, and it's inexpensive. This system I'm about to show you, I put together for around $100 or less. If I had to do it over, I would actually use a retractable hose and spool, but this will do for now. So this is what we have. Obviously, I use my Infinite Use Detail Juice only as a waterless wash, a clay bar lubricant, a spray wax, a detail spray. This stuff does all kinds of stuff. It's a glass cleaner. Straight out of the bottle, it's a concentrate. So straight out of the bottle, it can be used as a dressing to dress your tires, interior panels, leather, engine bay plastics. It's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, there's two different ways you can set this system up. So this is a 5-gallon, I think it's called a carboy. Anyway, so cut a hole in the top so that the hose can go in there, and then this other side's supposed to have a cap on it. Anyway, drill a hole in there so that air can be sucked in. So after it's being sucked out, it won't squeeze the bottle in. So you want air to get in there. So drill that hole, and usually I'd leave the cap on. That hole's not big enough to worry about. But anyway, so you got a hose going in to your solution. You can use any solution. I only use my Infinite Use Detail Juice because I feel like it's the best product on the market. You know, it's highly efficient, effective. The concentrate is considerable. I mean, this right here is just over 4 gallons. You can see that. So this bottle right here makes 6.4 gallons of the ready-to-use version, which is inside here. So it'll make about half as much again. So 1.5 of what you see here is what this bottle will make, which is pretty awesome. This is just like a little motorcycle battery. It's a deep cycle 12 volt battery, nothing super fancy. This is an 8 amp hour battery. I got that from Amazon.com. I think I spent 20 or 30 bucks on that, and that would be if you were going to do something like mount it to a cart like this guy here, which is what I'd recommend for you mobile guys. You can mount all of that to a cart, make a little system that's easy to put in and take out of your vehicle. I would mount some kind of bag contraption so you've got dirty microfibers and clean microfibers in it. You could be a self-contained unit with that little cart right there. Pretty awesome. I believe I got that at Amazon.com as well. One thing I will say about the cart, what I would have done if I'd have known about it, I didn't pay attention to it until I got it, is get one with swivel wheels in the front. But that is definitely a cool alternative to any other cart that I've found. It's just a little shopping cart. You can actually type in shopping cart in Amazon. So anyway, back to this. So the power from this current system is coming from this 8 amp hour battery. This thing runs all day long on this, this pump right here runs all day long on this little battery. This is a 1 gallon per minute random 12 volt diaphragm pump. You can also Google search diaphragm pump or put diaphragm pump in the Amazon address bar. These accessories, it comes with this bobtail right here with this little male-female connector. This right here is an, I believe it was a battery tender connector I got off of Amazon as well, with just the positive and negative open terminals. I spliced on these terminals for the ends. Another cool thing is you can power this if you wanted to use your cigarette lighter. You could buy an adapter that plugs in to 110, just like that. Plugs right into your wall. You can use this adapter right here. Plug it into your cigarette lighter, or plug it right into your wall like this. You can use a 12 volt pump on your wall with this little power converter. So it's taking 110 and changing it to 12 volts right here, and it goes down, and then it's got that little connector as well. This also is a battery tender connector. So if you just look on Amazon for those, you can find that stuff. Or I believe you can get this stuff at Radio Shack as well. So you could unhook it from there and hook it in right there if you wanted to run the wall. Right now, for all intents and purposes, I'm showing you how to use it on your mobile rig. So if you could run the wires from your car, van, truck battery or whatever straight to this bad boy and run the pump that way, or just run external batteries so you don't have to worry about running down your car battery. This thing will charge with a regular battery charger, or even you could run a battery isolator and run it back so that your alternator will charge that as well. Use common sense when you're doing this stuff and do all this at your own risk. I got this 1/4 inch high pressure air hose from Harbor Freight. This was the 100-foot version. I got this nozzle, which I had to modify. I cut it down so it was short like this, and I like the angle, and this is a wide fan deal. The sprayer, it's a very nice, I mean, I've had this up here for about 2 years in this way. I got the spool from Harbor Freight, and I got this nozzle from Home Depot. I believe it was $7, so I had to modify it a little bit to make it work, but it works very well. I mean, and that's it. You could, like I said, you could mount all that on a cart like this, and then make something, have your mom or grandma sew you something up that would be a bag for clean microfibers and dirty microfibers. You can store those in there. Put you a little tank in there. You don't have to get the 5-gallon tank. You could actually get a 2.5 gallon, or even a gallon would go a long way. Would do 5 or 6 cars or more, depending on how much of the infinite use detail juice or whatever solution you're using, you use. So you can mount all that stuff in there, mount the pump, the battery, everything, and have your own self-contained unit. This, I believe, after shipping, might run you 40, 50 bucks. I'm not sure, which would bring your grand total up to around 150 for this whole setup, maybe 150 or so. But again, we're talking about something that you built yourself. You sourced parts for, you built yourself. It's a pretty cool deal. All right, so this is a 1 gallon per minute diaphragm pump, but it's an on-demand pump. What that means is when the pump is on, like it's off right now, but if I turn it back on, see it's not running because the whole line, it is full, the pump is full, and it is pressurized all the way through the hose. So if I squeeze the hose and let some of it out, you can hear it working. It only works when it needs to. So you want to make sure your pump is an on-demand pump. So basically that means when you're not using this hose, when you're not spraying, the pump is not working, using up the battery. So make sure you got a 1 gallon per minute, which is all you need, nothing more, on-demand 12-volt pump. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this hose out. This right here is about 75 feet. I cut some of the hose off to use it for something else. But I'm going to take my truck right there. I'm going to show you what kind of output this sprayer and pump does. And I hope you can see just on the back of the tailgate. I mean that's a lot. That's leaving behind a lot. That's plenty. That is all you need and more for a waterless wash. And this is the 605 gram Ultra Plush microfiber from DetailJuice.com. You see me using right here. I mean, and that's all you need right there, people, to do a proper waterless wash. That's it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So it's a pretty cool little deal. I like it. So again, it's just something I put together. Other people have done it. You may have done this exact same thing, and that's okay. It's okay that you did it before me. The bottom line is I'm showing you, I'm doing you a favor, trying to let you know how you can build this stuff at home. If you got any questions, let me know. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I do know all these parts work really well together, and it's a fantastic, inexpensive, very efficient, low pressure system that you can use not only in your shop for degreasers and interiors and all of that stuff, but also on your mobile unit for degreasers and all that stuff. But it really comes in handy if you build a little mobile deal for a waterless wash. If you're in an area where you need to be cautious of how much water you're using. So check out DetailJuice.com if you're interested in my Infinite Use Detail Juice or any of my other products. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've got any questions about anything you've seen here today, please let me know. Also, check me out on Facebook at DetailJuice.com or Gary Dean's Premium Custom Detailing, and feel free to send me a personal friend request at Gary Dean. Let me know if you got any questions. The best way to reach me at any time of any day is Facebook Messenger. So keep that in mind. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.